So, what if I told you there's a simple three-step process that can literally save a company from losing hundreds of thousands of dollars to fraud and silly mistakes? No, it's not some crazy high-tech security system. It's a fundamental business process called three-way matching. It really is the unsung hero of the finance world, and today we're going to break down why it's your company's absolute best financial guardrail.
All right, here's the game plan. We'll kick things off with the hidden dangers lurking when you don't have strong controls. Then we'll dive into the three-part shield that is three-way matching. After that, we'll look at a few other matching methods, see how automation is a total game changer, and then wrap up with some key best practices to really nail this.
Okay, first up, every single month, businesses just get flooded with invoices from suppliers. And hiding in that massive pile of paperwork are some serious dangers that can quietly bleed a company dry.
I mean, it's a serious question you have to ask. Because when you're juggling hundreds, maybe thousands of invoices by hand, what seems like a simple process can turn into a major source of financial leaks you might not even notice until it's too late.
You know, what's really fascinating here is how this stuff just snowballs. A tiny typo leads to an overpayment. That overpayment causes a delay, which then messes up a relationship with a key supplier. And all that chaos, well, it creates the perfect cover for fraud. It's like a chain reaction, and it all starts from not having the right checks and balances in place.
And trust me, the stakes are incredibly high. Get this, a survey of over 1,500 finance execs found that a single fraudulent invoice can cost a company an average of $133,000. That's not a small leak. That's a massive hole in your budget. This is exactly why a simple, strong defense system isn't just a nice-to-have, it's absolutely essential.
And that powerful defense is exactly what three-way matching is all about. Seriously, think of it like a three-part security check for every single dollar that's about to leave your company's bank account.
So what is it exactly? Well, at its core, three-way matching is all about verifying one story from three different perspectives. Before any money changes hands, that supplier invoice has to line up perfectly with two other key documents that tell the complete story of the purchase. First up, you've got the purchase order, or PO. This is the starting point, the official go-ahead. It's the document your company creates that says, okay, we agree to buy this much of that thing for this price. It's the original agreement, our first point of truth.
Next comes piece number 2, the goods receipt. This is all about the proof. When the delivery truck shows up, this document is created to confirm what you actually received. Did you get the right amount? Is anything damaged? This doc has the answers.
And finally, the moment of truth arrives. The supplier invoice. This is the bill. And the entire process really hinges on this one question. Does the amount the vendor is asking for match the promise we made in the purchase order and the reality of what we received in the goods receipt? If it doesn't, we don't pay. Let's walk through a quick example. Let's say your company orders 50 office chairs. The PO is created. A week later, 50 chairs arrive, and the goods receipt confirms it. Then the invoice comes in. Your accounts payable team pulls up all three documents. Does the invoice say 50 chairs? Check. Is the price what you agreed on? Check. Boom, it's a perfect match, and the invoice gets approved. But what if the invoice was for 55 chairs? The system immediately flags it. Payment is put on hold until that vendor fixes their mistake. It's simple, but so effective. And the consequences of skipping this, they are very, very real. Just look at this case of a huge retailer that lost over $250,000 in a single year. Why? They kept paying for goods that were on the invoice but were never actually shipped. This is the exact kind of expensive disaster that three-way matching is designed to prevent. Now, three-way matching is the gold standard for most businesses, but it's not the only game in town. It's actually part of a whole spectrum of controls. It's really all about applying the right amount of scrutiny for the right kind of transaction. And this table here lays it out beautifully. On one end, you have a simple two-way match, which just compares the invoice to the PO. It's way faster but less secure, so it's great for low-risk, recurring things like software subscriptions. Then you've got our three-way match, which is the perfect sweet spot for most physical goods. And for really high-stakes industries like aerospace or pharma, you can even do a four-way match, which adds a quality inspection report into the mix to make sure everything is perfect. And for the most critical, high-value stuff, we're talking multi-million-dollar equipment purchases. Big companies take it even further. Some use up to a six-way match. They'll add checks against the original contract, verify vendor info, and even check them against regulatory watch lists. It just goes to show you how this basic concept can scale up to protect against pretty much any level of risk.
So we know the process is super powerful, but let's be real. Doing all this matching by hand, it's incredibly slow and tedious. This is where technology comes in and completely changes the game.
I mean, just look at this comparison. The difference is night and day. The old manual way is slow, expensive, and just riddled with potential for human error. It creates huge bottlenecks and is basically impossible to scale. Automation just flips the script on all of that. It's lightning fast, incredibly accurate, saves a ton of money, and grows right alongside your business.
So how does the magic happen? Well, modern software uses tech like OCR, that's optical character recognition, to literally read the invoices for you, even if they're just scanned images. Then, smart AI algorithms pull out all the key data and perform that three-way match almost instantly. A process that could take a person days of chasing paperwork is suddenly done in a matter of minutes.
Okay, so whether you're going all in on automation or just trying to improve your manual process, how do you make sure your three-way matching system is as effective as it can possibly be? Well, it all comes down to a few key best practices.
To really succeed here, it's about building good habits. First, you've got to centralize everything. If your team is hunting for documents across 3 different systems, you're already behind. Second, be smart about small differences. You can set rules to automatically approve tiny variances, say under 2%. That prevents a $10,000 invoice from getting stuck just because of a $5 difference. From there, it's all about setting up clear rules for handling mismatches, keeping your vendor info up to date, and finally, tracking your performance. You just can't improve what you don't measure.
And that really brings us to the final, most important thought. Three-way matching isn't just some boring accounting task. It's a strategic financial control. It protects you from errors, it guards against fraud, and it makes sure you only pay for what you actually ordered and received. So the real question is, how strong are your company's financial guardrails?